You're listening to Trek FM.
Hello, welcome to a new episode of From There to Here, Trek FM's 50th anniversary rewatch of Star Trek, in which we look at all 729 episodes from beginning to end. I'm your host, Richard Marquez, and here with me is...
Brandon Shea Matala of the time ship Relativity, come back in time to stop Richard from wrecking this whole block of From There to Here. He's just so bad.
Oh, you caught me red-handed. How you doing, Brandon?
I'm doing good. We got some fun episodes to discuss. You know what's funny about this block?
Mm-hmm.
So in this block, we are talking about nothing but Voyager. In this,
My goodness.
the next 4 days. And we haven't, I can't even remember, it was August, the last time one solid block of 4 was just focused on one show, and that was Deep Space Nine, and I got to do it with Will Wynn.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
So I'm looking forward to this. Let's focus on the voyage.
To the voyage.
To the voyage. It's not the destination that matters, right? It's the journey.
It is the journey.
Mm-hmm.
Very much the journey.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, so here we go. Our first episode, Relativity. 7 of 9 is recruited by a starship from the 29th century to save Voyager from being destroyed in the past. What'd you think of this, Brandon?
This episode's pretty darn cool. I like this one a lot. I thought it was a lot of fun. It's interesting to see this time travel aspect going on, and that we've got this callback to this character that we never, ever would have thought that we would see again with Captain Braxton. It's not the same actor, but I think it's pretty fun that we get to see him again.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely a fun episode to figure out what exactly is going on. And, it kind of gives you a thrill ride on this mystery of Voyager being destroyed by some kind of time weapon of some sort that bends time and everything. And it's just, it's a fun ride.
Mm-hmm. There's some really cool scenes in it, like the ping pong when it stops in mid-flight and they stop and they scan it, and then all of a sudden it keeps going again. Are pretty cool. And the time travel, jumping back and forth and chasing through time is really, really, really neat. But I got to say, something that really bothered me about this episode was Carey hitting on 7 and 9 in the past. It's been determined that this guy has a wife and 2 sons. Like, he's mentioned that, right? And he's straight up hitting up on 7 right there.
That is a good point. I actually didn't catch that. Or at least I forgot about that. He was married and everything. Plus, on top of that, they were in Utopia Planet Nisha anyway. So
the guy's family's not far away.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not like they're already in the deep in the Delta Quadrant.
That's funny. But I think it's pretty cool. We got, Voyager blows up. We got this whole weird thing with Braxton. It's like, what's that? I can't remember the movie, but what's that Tom Cruise movie? Is it Minority Report? Where it's like you're guilty of a crime you haven't committed yet, and is that Minority Report? Have you seen that?
It is Minority Report. Yep.
So we got kind of the Minority Report aspect to this episode going on, but I mean, we get pre-Caretaker, right? We get to see what happened before Caretaker started.
Yeah, and it definitely the ship is in pieces. It were almost finished, it being built and whatnot, getting the finishing touches, paint job and whatnot. I'm sure, but definitely, it's nice to see the beginning. I mean, especially those beginning scenes where we see all those starships in, I guess dry dock,
mm-hmm.
something like that, and it's just it's pretty cool to see all those other starships as well. So,
mm-hmm.
All right. So, what'd you think of it?
For Relativity, I love it.
Yep.
I give it a big thumbs up. I think it's a great episode, and I think everybody should go and watch it.
I totally agree. Big thumbs up.
Well, I don't have much more to say. Should we move on to our next one?
I think we should.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So our next episode, as we stated, it's another Voyager episode, Warhead. A sentient alien missile takes over the Doctor's program and tries to carry out its mission of mass destruction. Now, this one I thoroughly enjoyed because I mean it's a Doctor episode. That's for one, because I absolutely love the Doctor in Voyager, and definitely it definitely puts a personality to like I guess a nuclear weapon is basically how he's described as, and it's just it could imagine what a missile would actually think about. Trying to achieve its goal and achieve its target and basically blow itself up. Self-annihilation. What do you think of it?
Oh, boy. I don't know. Like, there's some parts of this episode that I like, but there's some parts of this episode that are just painful. Like, okay, so
what was painful?
I'll start with what I like, okay? So at the beginning, when they don't know quite what this thing is and they're talking to it, and you have this cute banter between the Doctor and this, and we don't know what it is at the time, right? So when the thing's like, what? Like you know what it's saying based on the tone of these weird glitches, these weird audible glitches that it has, and this, you're a machine. What? It's like talking to R2-D2 or something, right? But
don't cross the streams. Don't cross the streams.
So dumb. What are they doing? As soon as you find out this thing's a warhead, I don't care if it's intelligent. Get it off the ship. What is wrong with you people? Oh, well, maybe we can take its mind out and we can be nice to it and get it out of here. Come on. I don't know. This is really scraping. Like, literally, I am scraping the bottom of the barrel of my believability on this one. And Janeway's crappy lines in this episode. She's done it I don't know how many times in this season alone. How do we outsmart the smart bomb? How do we outthink the think tank? How do we outpoop the poopy pants?
The poopy pants?
I don't know. Like those are just bad lines.
Oh, I don't know. I actually quite like this episode. I mean, it's got. I mean, well, I guess in a sense, it's kind of like a filler episode. I mean, who really wants to necessarily listen to a story about a bomb that actually has feelings? But I mean, yeah. All right. Thanks for ruining it. The way to suck the fun out of that for me.
Hey, if you love this episode, I am happy for you. Right? I am happy for you.
All right. Well, where are you rating it?
Well, I don't know. See, now there are other aspects of the episode that I like. Like the Doctor and having a Doctor story is great, and I really like to watch Robert Picardo go crazy. I think he plays evil really well. Like I got to do the episode Darkling, which is the one where he messes with his computer program, and I messaged on Twitter the other day. I'm like, 90% of Voyager's episodes are the direct result of either Seven or the Doctor screwing around with something they shouldn't, and if they would just, I understand that the Doctor is like an artificial life form and stuff, but this is a bomb. Like, what are you guys thinking? And it's just so hard for me to believe, and it's hard to get past. Yes, the Robert Picardo does a really good job at the episode, but I don't know, like.
It was a hard sell. That's
this one's a hard sell for me. But you better start telling me why you love this, because we got like 5 more minutes of this episode to fill out.
We got 5 more minutes. Okay, well, I mean, definitely, I love the episode. Like I said, mainly for Robert Picardo because of his acting. I mean, he gave the bomb a character. He obviously showed how angry that he was angry about not achieving his goal, or possibly not even achieving his goal. And I mean, it sold it for me. But I mean, wasn't necessarily the greatest episode. I mean, we'll discuss that later on in the next couple of episodes. But it's definitely it's probably like right midway of all the Doctor episodes. It's probably not in the top 10, but yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. Anywho,
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're going to have ourselves a little bit of a short episode today. Sorry, loyal listeners of From There to Here, but Relativity is great, but I just don't have much to say on it. It's a great episode, and and Warhead is on my lower end of my episodes. And I, even if I loved it, I don't think there's much to say beyond it. You know what? Okay, I will talk about it. It reminds me a lot of what's that one with the android that Torres found, the silver android back in season 2. I can't remember the name of it right off the top of my head here. I'm sure it'll come back to me in a second. But do you remember? So they find that android floating through space, and then they bring it on the ship, and then it turns out to be bad. This episode does remind me a lot of that episode. And darn, I wish I could remember the name of it right now. Like, people are screaming at their iPads and MP3 players right now because they know the episode. But you know which one I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about, but I don't remember the episode that you're talking about. Cause
I bet you there's only one word in the title.
It's maybe it's prototype.
Prototype. There you go. Yeah, you're right. One word in the title. Yep.
Prototype.
So it reminds me a lot of Prototype, and I think it's got kind of a similar. It's different, right? But I think it's similar type of story to that one. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, definitely their act of kindness is reversed around. I mean, obviously it bites them in the ass. But I mean, in this case, with the Warhead, it turns out that he comes to his senses and says, "Oh yeah, the war's over. So yeah, I'm going to blow myself up and along with my buddies." So
yeah, I guess that's another thing we're talking about. The launch was a mistake, right? The war ended 3 years ago, and the launch ended up being a mistake. So.
Right. Yeah. He should have just self-destructed like his buddy.
Yeah. Anywho, well, I guess we should probably move on. Let's go. Let's close her up for the day. Let's go get a hot coffee and talk some more episodes tomorrow.
Oh, definitely. Yes. And it's exciting episodes. Tomorrow, we're actually going to be discussing Equinox, Part 1 and 2.
Where can people find you on the network there, Richard?
Well, they can find me on Earl Grey. I'm one of the new co-hosts of Earl Grey.
Liar.
Yeah. No, but hopefully we'll be launching soon. But we should be launching soon, anytime soon. But if anyone wants to get in touch with me on Facebook, I pop in here and there on the Babel Conference, and my Twitter handle is xransom.
You mean you pop in from there to here on there?
Yeah. I see what you did there.
Well, my name is Brandon. You can find me here on the network with new episodes of Melodic Treks, which is all about the music of Star Trek. And I've actually been on a few recent episodes of Warp 5, having fun in the 22nd century. So take a listen there. We've done a couple of cool commentaries, and we've had some great discussions on some Season 2 episodes. And as of this recording, it's not been released yet. But episode 96 is a good one. We have a nice long discussion on Cogenitor. So I'm kind of excited to see how that'll turn out.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that one.
Right on. And you can find me on Twitter at Brandon Matella. And every once in a while I poke my head up in the Babel Conference. So join us again tomorrow.